Hello, my dear students. A warm welcome to you all in this video lecture. In this lecture, we are going to discuss one of the chapters from your class 12 biology. In this chapter is from the unit of genetics and evolution. This chapter is titled as the principles of inheritance and variation. I think genetics is one of the newest concepts for you in class 12 because until now you would have studied in the biology about living organisms, the characteristics of living organisms, the classification of living organisms, like the classification of plants and the classification of animals. You would have studied the anatomy of plants and morphology of plants. You would have studied and so on. So I think genetics is the newest concept you are studying it for the first time. So let us see what is genetics. So the definition which I have written here, just focus on that. Genetics is nothing but one of the branches of biology. So biological science have so many branches and genetics is one of those branches. Other branches of biology could be like biochemistry, microbiology, forensic sciences, biotechnology and so on. So genetics is one of the many branches of the biology. Then what do we study in this branch? This branch of biology deals with the study of heredity and genetic variations. So these two things are very much important in the definition of genetics: heredity and genetic variations. These two things. First one is heredity, second one is genetic variations. So in the genetics, these two things are studied. The heredity is studied and the genetic variation is studied. So I have underlined three terms in the this definition. So this is a way to remember the things with this basic concept. When I was a student, I used to underline the keywords in a particular paragraph or the keywords in a particular definition, so that my mind can focus on those main words. So here the important things are: genetics, branch of biology, and studies what? It studies heredity and genetic variations. Now what is heredity? This term heredity. So heredity is also termed as inheritance. Either you call it heredity or you call it inheritance. Right. So let us define what is heredity. Heredity is nothing but passing on of the characteristics from one generation of organisms to the next generation, like passing on of the characters from your parents up to you, passing on of the characters from the parent generation up to the offspring. So this passing on, if it was English, you can simply say it passing on, but if it is biological science, you will say that same passing on term as heredity, or you can say that passing on as inheritance. So genetics talks about heredity and genetic variations. So next term is genetic variations. Genetic means related to the genes. Now what are genes? So this thing you are going to understand when this chapter finishes. What are genes? Then variations. Genetic means related to genes, and variations. Variations means differences. So genetic variations in total says that how are the offsprings different from your parents? Like you are different from your father, you are different from your mother. So how does this difference arises? So this thing you will be studying in the genetics. In the next chapter of this unit, there will be molecular basis of genetics. So there you will study about genetic variations. How does these variations arise and what is the purpose of these variations? So here is one point to remember. You can be asked in 1 marks question in your class 12 boards exam, like who is the father of genetics? Who started the study of genetics? So the father of genetics is Gregor Johann Mendel. Somewhere you will see the spelling of Johann as John, but the correct name is this, Gregor Johann Mendel. One interesting thing about this person is that Gregor John Mendel was not a scientist. He was simply a monk in a church. So, this thing you have to remember, father of genetics. Next, Mendel gave certain laws to explain his concepts of the genetics. So basically, Mendel gave three laws of inheritance. He gave three laws to describe how does the heredity takes place, or how does the passing on of the characteristics from a parent generation to the offspring takes place. So the first law is law of dominance, second law is law of segregation, third law is law of independent assortment. These three laws. Now what is dominance? The term dominance is an English term. It simply means that to overpower something or someone, to be dominant. So first law will talk about the dominance. Second thing is segregation. What is segregation? Segregation is separation, to separate. Third law talks about independent assortment. So independent you are knowing. Now assortment. Assortment is assigning a task or deciding a definite task to someone. Like if I say you have to complete this file, if I give you a task, you have to complete this file. So I am doing what? I am assorting you the task, or I am assigning you the task, a definite task. Now if you have understood these three terms, dominance, segregation and assortment, you have to forget about it. Nobody is going to ask you the definition whatever I have written here, and this is the reason why I have crossed it also. In your class 12 board exam or else in the NEET exam, you won't be asked to describe what is segregation or what is dominance. Nobody is going to ask that. Rather, you just have to know it for your concept. Well, so these three laws were derived by Mendel, not in just in the air. In science, you cannot just wake up in the morning and say that this is my law. I'm giving the world this new law. No, you cannot say that. You have to experiment for a long time. Then you have to derive your results. Then you will have to prove that result in front of a panel or in front of the audience. Then only you can say that yes, from my experiment I derived this conclusion, and this conclusion is a law. So the same thing Mendel did. Mendel did an experiment, and based on his outcomes, based on his results, he gave the three laws. So the experimental organism, that since this is a biological science, genetics is part of biological science, so there must be some living organism on which the experiment would be carried on. So for Mendel experiment, the experimental organism was simply pea plant, Pisum sativum. The duration of the experiment was for 7 years, from 1856 to 1863, 56 to 63, 7 years, 7 long years, if you can see that. 7 long years took Mendel took for these three, just simple three laws to conclude. And the characters studied were 7 characters of the pea plant. There can be so many characters of one plant, but Mendel considered only the 7 characters of the pea plant. The reason of selecting pea plant is that pea plant has many sets of contrasting characters. Contrasting means opposite characters. Second reason of selecting pea plant was it is a seasonal plant. So he can grow and he can breed that particular pea plant in very little time, like within 4-5 months. So these two are the reasons for selecting the pea plant. Now let us see what are the characters that Mendel chose. As I told, there could be so many characters of the pea plant, but Mendel chose just the 7 out of those. Only those 7 he chose, in which there were 2 sets of characteristics. Like 2 contrasting traits were there. Let us see what are these 7. The first one is the stem height of the pea plant. So if the stem height is tall, whether the stem height is tall or whether it is dwarf. Tall and dwarf, these two are contrasting traits. These two are contrasting traits for the stem height. Either the plant can be tall or it can be dwarf. Second character that Mendel chose for the pea plant is flower color. So if you observe the pea plant in your surrounding, you can see that there are 2 colors in that particular pea variety. So the pea flower color can be either violet or white. Third characteristics is flower position. Where is the flower located on the plant of the pea? If the flower is located on the top of the tip of that particular pea plant, then the flower position is termed to be axial. And if it is borne on the side branches, then it is termed to be terminal. The flower position is said to be terminal. Fourth character is pod shape. So the pod of the pea can be either inflated or it can be constricted. Pod shape, here shape is considered. The shape of the pod could be either inflated or it could be constricted. The fifth character is pod color. So the pod can be either green in color or it can be yellow in color. Next character is the seed shape. If you have seen the seed of that pea plant, you can see that sometimes it is complete round. It is like its surface is like polished. It is entirely round. But sometimes if it is dried, it is wrinkled. So the seed shape could be either round or it could be wrinkled. So whatever I am saying, for one characteristics, you can see 2 traits. So these 2 traits are opposite of one another. If round seed is present, then wrinkled seed cannot be present in that particular plant. Then the last character is seed color. So the seed color could be either yellow or it could be green. So these 7 were the characters studied by the Mendel, and based on the study he gave 3 laws. Further we are going to discuss the 3 laws in detail. This thing I will cover in the next video.